Jelly Babes, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be reviewing these two accessories that were sent from Clear Jelly Stamper for review. So this is their French mani brush. It is double-ended. On the one end you have this tapered brush, which is going to make doing a French manicure on your nails much easier if this is something that you struggle with. And it's lovely soft bristles, and they do feel like a quality bristle. And on the other end you have this detail brush, which you know, obviously you could perfect a French manicure look or even use it for filling in decals and things like that. So very much a dual purpose brush. And then I have this double-ended sponge wand. They are very squishy. One end is more rounded, which is this end, and there's another end that is pointier. So first off, I'm going to show you how to use the French mani brush. So I've gone ahead and applied like a French mani base. I have put a peel off base coat on because this isn't something I'm going to be keeping on my nails, but this is the base that I've used for the French mani. It's a bit of a shimmery glittery one. So here's the colour code. But I love the fact that it's got a little bit of a shimmer in it. I know it's probably not what you normally have with the French manicure, but I like it. And as well, I got some isopropyl alcohol and sprayed it on the nails and just wiped it off. I didn't do it too rough, just because obviously I've got the peel off base coat and I didn't want that coming off, but I just thought it would make the brush go smoother across the nail, which obviously normally when you're doing a gel mani you wouldn't take off that inhibition layer till the end, but I did with this case. So I'm going to get my French manicure white gel polish now, and I'm just going to put it in the bottle really, just to sort of coat the brush. Obviously you can use the brush that you've taken out and apply the polish onto the brush that way, but I'm doing both sides because obviously you're going to have to turn the brush round to get the perfect French manicure look. So obviously you want to be following your natural sort of line, so you want to be going to these two ends of your nail. That's where you want to be placing that sort of pointier end of the brush to start off with. Now I am doing this in real time so you can see what I am doing. So I've turned the brush round now to get this side of the French mani, and basically you just sort of keep going and adding it and trying to smooth it out. Now I hold my hands up. I am not very good when it comes to showing off brushes to their full ability, because I don't do a lot of freehand stuff because basically I'm rubbish at it. But yeah, but even though I'm going over it and keep going over it, I get there eventually with it, and this is my first time with the brush as well. So, you know, you'll learn with me. So I just got some acetone and I just wanted to smooth that line out. And obviously as well, if you're using gel, you want to get rid of any gel polish that is on your skin before you pop it underneath the lamp to cure it. So that's quite good for the first attempt and the first coat. So I'm just going to show you again on another nail. Sorry about the camera shake. So you see I'm getting there eventually, getting there a bit better. So basically you just keep going over it and just take your time with it really, and just let that tapered brush do the work. So I did that much quicker. So I've gone ahead and finished the rest of the nails. Please excuse the fluff. And also like the bobbly ends, that's the peel off base coat, which is rather annoying. It's sort of like being affected because obviously I'm doing a lot of work at the end of the nail. So I'm going in now and doing the second coat. This is sped up. But yeah, you just really want to go over what you've already done, and just you're basically making it opaque and making that white stand out. But obviously the second coat, as we all know, is much easier because you've done the hard work in the first coat. So there you go, that's a French mani. I do feel like the brush did make it easier, especially if you struggle with freehand like me. So I'm going to just show you now these two designs that I did using this double-ended sponge. So obviously, as I said, the one end is smooth, and then here it's got a pointier end, which is also really good. So what I'm going to do is actually show you using it, using a decal, because sometimes decals can be really difficult to work with because there is a lot of potential for bleeding, whereas this wand will hopefully stop that. So by the way, if you're using gel, you want to remove that inhibition layer before you add the decal, because it just won't stick properly, and you really want to make sure that it's not, there's no ridges, and that it's lying as flat as possible on the nail for this to work properly. So now I'm just going to put some polish on my mat. I'm going to put the sponge into, so this is the pointy end, so this is actually a stamping polish that I'm using, and basically because it's got that pointy end, it's going to really get into the sort of grooves of the decal better. I know when I actually used these like ages ago doing a review on them, I didn't have very good results, so I'm intrigued to see how this is going to work. So I'm just going to add a bit more just to make obviously it opaque, but it's dead easy to use. Obviously I'm just using the dabbing motion and really working it into the decal. And now I'm going to carefully peel it off. They are quite sticky actually. I'm just trying to get it off without actually affecting anything. And look at that. Perfect. If I do say so myself, there is no bleed. It has really done that very, very well. So great if you struggle with decals. Sorry, not decals, vinyl. So this is what you want to do to clean it. So I've got some acetone. I would suggest that you use clear, because I think if it's coloured it will stain the sponges. So this is how they can be reusable. So I'm just soaking it in and obviously getting the polish to come off, which you can see here. So obviously it's getting less and less purple and more pink. So I want to get as much off as possible. So obviously, if you hadn't seen already, it does go quite a bit bigger when it is filled in with the liquid, and hopefully when it's dry it will shrink back down. And they do suggest that you take it off the wand to dry it as well. So I'm just going to take it off. I'm just going to add a little bit more acetone just to make sure I've got all the polish out of it. But I do think what's left is just potential maybe staining that a polish could do, so I'm not going to keep adding it because I don't want to ruin the sponge. But there you go, that's how you clean it, and you do need to do this quite quickly after you've used it as well. So now I'm going to attempt a baby boomer style. Now I've never done this before, this is my first time attempting it, so bear that in mind. So basically I've got the stamping polish. I'm going to be putting it over this more sort of natural base here, and basically I'm just sort of like blending it into the bottom of the nail like so. I think this is going to be really good for gradients because you can blend out those harsh lines. I'm just going to add a little bit more polish. Obviously with stamping polish it does dry really quick. You can use other polishes or maybe water-based paints or things like that. Maybe that would be better because you can blend it more. I don't know, maybe with the stamping polish it dries too quickly. But I'm basically just going to keep going until I've sort of blended it all out. It does look better like in the flesh than it's coming across on camera. It does have quite a harsh look, whereas it's not that much off camera. I don't know, you've just got to take my word for that. So I've just put on a matte top coat. I don't really know if you should use matte, or I suppose you can, because I just want to blend that out. And then obviously this is the base colour that I'm using. This is the gel polish, and I'm going to use the sponge one now just to go over that white. So I don't think it should be so high up the nail. So I'm just using the same sponge head that I used with the white. I haven't used a new one. So I'm just sort of going to keep going over that line. Obviously because this is gel you will have to cure it when you are done. Sorry if you can hear lots of noises. I've got my family kind of all in different rooms all doing different things. It's quite noisy here at the moment. I have tried to go in the quietest room as possible. So basically I want to make sure that obviously this natural colour isn't coming right down on the nail. I'm just sort of going over it just to, like I say, just to sort of blend that harsh white line out. So I'm just going to leave it there, and I'm actually going to finish it off with a glossy top coat. So I don't know, does it look baby boomy? I don't know, you tell me. So I really have enjoyed like having a play with these tools. I do really think they help and can create gorgeous nail designs a lot easier. So I'd love to know what you guys think of these products and whether this is something that you would be interested in purchasing or not. So drop your thoughts in the comments box below. So this is a design that I actually did. You may or may not have seen it, but I actually used the sponge wand to create the depth and like shadows on the moon, which you can see. Go and click and go and watch that tutorial right now. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Clear Jelly Stamper, for all the fabulous products you've sent me for review. And that's it, Jelly Babes. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.